Yo Mike, I finally learned the muscle up. I did 3 reps in a row the first day. A tip for you guys. Explosiveness is the key. Chest to bar pull-ups are the best variation that will get you that needed explosive power. Thank you, Mike. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on your 3 reps in a row in the first day. And I totally agree. Chest to bar pull-ups is a great exercise for developing the explosive power we need for the muscle up. So I always recommend explosive pull-ups or half muscle ups. Let me show you the difference. All right, so the most common practice for achieving the muscle up is doing explosive high pull-ups. They look like this, a small swing forward, and you pull as high as you can. But why I most of the time recommend half muscle ups instead is because you don't really know how high you have to pull to be able to transfer into the dip. And when doing half muscle ups, you don't have to think about that, because when you can have your stomach on the bar, you know that you pulled high enough basically. Both the explosive pull-up or the half muscle up will work, but I usually recommend the half muscle up. But again, I'm so happy that the explosive pull-up worked for you, and congratulations again on your muscle ups. I can do about 14 pull-ups, and my max of weighted pull-ups is 20 kilos. But I can't even do a single explosive pull-up, or at least a chest to bar pull-up. I really struggle with the technique. Alright, so you can do 14 pull-ups, and you can do a pull-up with 20 kilos. Also very strong. I would recommend starting your resistance band muscle up journey. So basically start with the green or the purple band just to get the technique down. And I will show you a quick review of the technique. So grab your green or purple band, and when you are pulling, pull with your elbows facing forward. Focus on pulling with your armpits, or focus on pulling with your bicep. One of these two can really help your muscle up, and you don't want to pull too early, then this will happen. So you want to pull in your backswing or when your body is parallel to the bar. So elbows facing forward, pulling with your armpits or biceps, and then you will just throw your chest over the bar. Once you can do that, you have the muscle up technique down. Because if you're at the point where you can throw your chest over the bar, you just have to work band by band until you can do about 5 reps with the red band. Then you definitely have 1 or 2 bodyweight muscle ups. So I will jump to the end of this comment. What helped me get over the bar was the cue of pulling with 50 to 70% strength until your elbows are roughly at a 90-degree angle, and then exploding over the bar. I went from barely able to get a rep with the red band to 3 bodyweight reps instantly with that cue. Yeah, it was really amazing to see your progress with that cue, and I will quickly demonstrate that for you guys. Basically, if you start to pull with 100% power from the start position, which you can do. Remember that different cues works for different people. Some people like to pull 100% from the bottom until they're over the bar. Another cue that actually helped a lot of people is that you pull with 50 to 70% of your power until here, and from here you explode over the bar with 100% power. So that looks like this. So a slower pull until 90 and then over the bar. Please try that tip and tell me what you think in the comments. I did my first muscle up at 46 years young in about 2 months of training for the exercise, following some of your tips. Thanks. I'm no stranger to training. I've been training for 30 years, but the muscle up was an objective I set myself recently. Wow, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Achieving the muscle up at any age is a great milestone, but as we grow older, the harder it gets. So yeah, congratulations, and I am really happy that my tips could help you. Great comment about when to take a deload rest week, Mike. During my last muscle up workout, I felt a bit weaker than usual and my traps got sore. So I think it's time for me to take a rest week. Yeah, I would say that if workout after workout you feel weaker than usual, it can be really beneficial to take a rest week or a deload week. Thank you for the video, Mike. I really love the point regarding the rest week, because the fatigue has accumulated a lot on me and every muscle up session was worse than the one before. Like, I really can't go as explosively as I used to, keeping in mind that I haven't lost muscle or gained weight, and I could do it just 1 week ago. So even if you separate muscle groups for good recovery, things we overlook like CNS fatigue and overall tiredness are so important. So don't let yourself end up burned out. Again, a really good comment. Thank you for that, and a good reminder to all of us that muscle ups are very taxing. I would say muscle ups are very unique in that way that we can't train them too much, and when we do train them too much, this is the result, that we feel weaker, our results are declining and all of that. So yeah, these are also great signs for a couple of days off or a week off or a deload week. Thank you so much, Mike. I will rewind the video and study the techniques carefully. Hope I get it this month. Just followed on Instagram, by the way. Thank you so much for your comment, and I hope my technique tips will get you your first muscle up. And thank you for the Instagram follow. I don't promote that much, but I do have an Instagram. I'll put a link to it in the description below if you want to follow me there as well. Guys, listen, quantity is endurance. Muscle up need explosive strength. To get it, you should increase the load. Can you do 10 clean pull-ups, get 5 kilo weight on, try to get 7 to 8 reps? Can you do 15 clean pull-ups, get 10 kilo and try to get 5 to 6 reps with it? After that training, you will feel the explosive strength. You can go further and keep gaining it, and the more strength you gain, the easier it will be to do the muscle up. Yeah, thank you so much for that comment, and it's a really good tip actually. I always recommend you also train your explosive weighted pull-ups. As you rightly say, if you can do like 10 clean pull-ups, do pull-ups with 5 to 8 kilos and do them as explosively as you can, and that will really help you get the explosive strength for the muscle up. So yeah, great comment. All right guys, the general warm-up is done, so I'm moving on to resistance band muscle ups. And today I'm going to play around with a narrower grip. My usual width for the grip is shoulder width and a little bit more, so I usually have a grip around here, but today I will use a grip around here. It's getting colder here in Sweden, so that means spending more time in the warm-up. So my first reps is always half muscle ups. So let's say you can do muscle ups with the black band and that is your working set. I would recommend doing warm-ups with the green band basically. Alright guys, continuing with the black band, keeping the narrower grip, and the technique that I'm using is simply pulling with my armpits as close to the bar as possible and keeping the tension on the pull all the way into the dip. And I will do the last warm-up set with the red resistance band, and this is actually a tip that I haven't spoken about too much, and that is keeping the tension all the way into the dip. So we don't want to pull up, lose the tension and then dip. Try to pull up and keep the tension throughout the transition, so you're basically pulling through the transition as you're throwing your chest over the bar. So today is my weighted muscle up day, and I am on block 2, week 2, which means I will be doing 4.5 kilo muscle ups. So this is basically just a warm up until that working set. So now I will do one bodyweight muscle up. So now I will make a jump to one 2 kilo muscle up. Alright guys, 2 kilos are on, using the same technique, a little bit narrower grip, pulling with my armpits and throwing my chest over the bar. Alright guys, so I loaded my workout set, so it's 4.5 kilos, and I will do one muscle up as a part of the warm-up set before moving on to the actual work set. So first set out of 4, I think, 2 muscle ups with 4.5 kilos. 1, 2. Second set with 4.5 kilos. So the first set didn't feel 100%. Let's see how these 2 reps feel. 1, 2. So I don't feel so explosive, but still grinding them through, and that's the case in some of the workouts. Set number 3, 4.5 kilos, 2 reps. 1, 2. The last set, I always rest for 5 minutes between my weighted muscle up sets for optimal recovery. 1, 2. so I misjudged the first rep, but the second rep felt good.